Literature reviews and research serve several important purposes.
Establishing context.
They provide a comprehensive overview of existing literature on a particular topic, helping readers understand the background and context of the research area.
A literature review would begin by summarizing previous research on the topic, outlining studies that have examined the impact of social media on adolescent mental health.
This would include studies on various social media platforms, types of usage, for instance, passive consumption versus active engagement, and mental health outcomes, for instance, depression, anxiety.
Identifying gaps.
By synthesizing previous research, literature reviews help researchers identify gaps in current knowledge or areas where further investigation is needed.
Through the literature review, researchers might identify gaps in the existing research, such as limited studies on specific social media platforms or insufficient exploration of potential moderating variables, for instance, age, gender, in the relationship between social media use and mental health.
Building on existing knowledge.
Researchers can use literature reviews to build on existing knowledge, either by proposing new hypotheses or methodologies based on previous findings or by extending existing theories.
Based on the literature review, researchers might propose hypotheses for their study, such as predicting that excessive use of Instagram among teenage girls is associated with higher levels of body dissatisfaction and depressive symptoms, building on previous findings linking social media use to body image concerns.
Avoiding redundancy.
Literature reviews help researchers avoid duplicating previous work by highlighting what has already been done in the field.
The literature review ensures that researchers are not replicating studies that have already been conducted.
For example, if a study has already examined the relationship between Facebook use and self-esteem among adolescents, researchers can build on this by focusing on a different social media platform or a different aspect of mental health.
Critical evaluation.
They involve critically evaluating the strengths and weaknesses of previous studies, which can help researchers design their own studies more effectively.
Researchers critically evaluate the methodologies and findings of previous studies. They might note limitations in study designs, for instance, reliance on self-report measures, or inconsistencies in findings across studies, which can inform the design of their own study.
Supporting arguments.
Literature reviews provide evidence to support the rationale for a research study, helping to justify its importance and relevance.
The literature review provides evidence to support the rationale for the researcher's study.
For example, they might cite multiple studies that have found associations between social media use and mental health outcomes, highlighting the importance of further investigation in this area.
Demonstrating expertise.
Conducting a thorough literature review demonstrates the researcher's expertise in the field and their understanding of the current state of knowledge.
By conducting a thorough literature review, researchers demonstrate their expertise in the field and their understanding of that current state of knowledge.
This positions them as credible contributors to the ongoing conversation on social media and adolescent mental health.
Literature reviews play a crucial role in the research process by informing the development of research questions, guiding methodology, and contributing to the advancement of knowledge in a particular field.
A step-by-step guide on how to conduct a literature review, using the example of researching the impact of social media on adolescent mental health.
Define your research question.
Start by clearly defining the focus of your literature review.
For example, your research question could be, what is the impact of social media use on the mental health of adolescents?
Search for relevant literature.
Use academic databases such as PubMed, SciSinfo, or Google Scholar to search for peer-reviewed articles related to your topic.
Use keywords such as social media, adolescents, and mental health to narrow down your search.
Evaluate and select articles.
Review the abstracts of the articles you find to determine their relevance to your research question.
Look for studies that directly address the relationship between social media use and adolescent mental health.
Pay attention to the methodology used, the sample size, and the key findings of each study.
Read and analyze the selected articles.
Once you've selected relevant articles, read them thoroughly to extract key information.
Take notes on the study design, variables measured, and main findings. Pay attention to any patterns or themes that emerge across the studies.
Synthesize the literature.
Organize your notes and findings into themes or categories.
Identify common trends, conflicting findings, and gaps in the literature. This synthesis will form the basis of your literature review.
Write the literature review.
Start by introducing the topic and providing background information on social media use and adolescent mental health.
Then, present the findings of your literature review, organized by theme or category.
Discuss the strengths and limitations of each study and how they contribute to our understanding of that topic.
Finally, concluded by summarizing the key findings and highlighting areas for future research.
Cite your sources.
Make sure to properly cite all the articles you reference in your literature review using the appropriate citation style, for instance, APA, MLA.
Example.
Let's say you find several studies that examine the relationship between social media use and depression among adolescents.
After reading and analyzing these studies, you identify three main themes.
Theme 1. Frequency of social media use and depressive symptoms.
Theme 2. Specific social media platforms and mental health outcomes.
Theme 3. Mediating factors such as cyberbullying and sleep disturbance.
In your literature review, you would organize your discussion around these themes, summarizing the findings of each study within each theme and highlighting any patterns or discrepancies.
You would also discuss the implications of these findings for our understanding of the impact of social media on adolescent mental health and suggest directions for future research.